Yeah.
They're gonna cut
Are you
out
gonna do gibberish?
So
whatever you want.
Yeah,
What are we
yes,
doing?
gibberish sounds good. Or whatever you want.
Yeah, I did.
Good to see you again also, which is cool.
We could do see you again.
This is for the national show?
Yes.
Just, tell Max what stations.
Okay, so I do the local show at Q100, and then I do a national show that airs all across the country.
Amazing.
Detroit, Honolulu, Salt Lake City, it goes everywhere. So it's a separate show, but we put all the artist interviews on that too because it's pretty cool. So
Sick.
yeah,
Awesome.
so it's kind of we're doing it twofold because we'll cut out the Atlanta stuff for that for the national show, but whatever. So.
Like, what do you think? What should we do? And what should we say?
Your new single.
Hey, help me out with the mic, which is the 5, 4, 3.
This is Max's new single. Exactly, it's coming out.
That could be a hit.
Yes.
It's a little long for radio, though. I think we're about to edit it down.
Was it like 9 minutes?
7.5.
Oh my
I
God.
don't think it matters. I think
I would
those
say
are,
just turn them on.
no,
So
you
do
don't
we-
want to turn the rate.
Okay.
They're on
That's
there. All right. Are we rolling? Let me give some cowbell for Max in studio on the Atom Bomb Show.
Sure, thanks for having
Hello,
us.
man. Right before this, we had a bunch of your fans, and we were talking about how cool your fans are.
Yeah.
And what is it like for, and we talked about this a little bit, what is it like for fans to put their lives on hold just to come see you? That's got to be a really cool feeling.
It's amazing. I'm really appreciative. I think that I see a lot of artists or bands who I don't think are, and I think that it's always important to make sure that people feel appreciated because they all have their lives, and if they take time out of it to support you or come hang in a show or whatever else, that's awesome. Because without them, we're just playing to nobody in a like a bathroom. So yeah.
That's such a great analogy.
Yeah.
So let's take it back to the first time you were like, man, I gotta sing. I got something here.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Where
was it?
So I grew up in Hell's Kitchen, New York City, so right out next to like a bunch of Broadway shows. And as a little kid, I saw my first show when I was 4. I saw Beauty and the Beast, and I came home and I reenacted the whole show on my living room table for my parents, like in my underwear, and I just did the whole thing. And they were like, you like doing that? And then I kept seeing shows and doing the same thing. So eventually they were like, we should do like theater or something. And I started doing that at 5 and just loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So literally your whole life you've been doing this.
I could never imagine doing anything else. So it's been...
Do you think that the swing thing is what gets me? I think that's so cool.
Thank you.
And I don't remember any swing really in music since, was it the Brian Setzer Orchestra back in the day?
Yeah.
Like, what do people think of it when you play it? Are they like, yeah, that's pretty cool, we kind of remember that, or because I honestly have not heard any artist do it at all.
Thank you. I mean, I think it's just one of those things where a lot of people don't know some of the styles that we try to incorporate, and so it's cool that it's sort of introducing without them even realizing, which is which is always the goal. I have so many roots in just old soul music and just people who like James Brown and Etta James and Prince and whatever else. And,
wow.
And you can never compare to those people, but just I'm inspired by them every day, and you got to take risks, whether people dig that or not. I hope that the people that do, those are the people that I wanna be, associating myself with anyway. Max
is on the Atom Bomb Show. How hard is it, Max, to cut through? Because there is a lot of music. There's a lot of clutter on the internet. There's because that's where everybody's really going for the music and on social media to start. How hard is it to do that and to get something to stick?
I think it's incredibly hard for anybody. But I think again that's what taking risks is all about. And with anything for me, YouTube's been an amazing platform where I got to do videos with a good friend of mine, Kurt Schneider. We're not brothers. Everybody thinks we are because it's the last name. But it's always been about like how can we one up our last video, and that was something that taught me a lot working with him and doing videos with him because he's very much like that. He always knew what clutter there is on the internet and how hard it is to be seen in this day and age, and that's always something I've stuck with and always been like if it seems seemingly impossible to do, then that's what you got to go for it. And even with the new music video for the single Gibberish, that was something it took about a month to do that video. And halfway through we were like, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to pull this off. It was like a forward reverse video. In the end, once we actually did it, it was so worth it. And anything like that, and luckily, people have been watching, which is awesome.
This may be a basic question, but I think it's so cool to hear it from you. Is what's it like to sit down and put something together, like whether it's a video, a song, a cover? What is that like? And is it a long time? Like, does it go for an entire 24 hours until you get it right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially a lot of these videos, we do a good amount of one-take videos. So it's like you just got to get the take. So it might take 14 hours, it might take 3 hours. It doesn't matter as long as you're going for it. And there's definitely been days where we've gone for a video and like it's not until the last take that we get it.
Wow.
So it's amazing. It's really amazing to watch an idea come in a bedroom and talking to a friend and then bring it to fruition. It's really rewarding.
I wonder what that adrenaline rush is like though when you finally get it. You're like, yeah.
It's amazing because you're so afraid all day. You've got all these people. You've got, sometimes we have crews of 5 people, sometimes we have crews of 100 people, and it's like, man, we have to get it. There's no way we're leaving this place without getting it. And some of these people, maybe they don't care if we get it, but we care. So in the end of the day, it's this combination of fear and inspiration, and knowing at the end, you're like, wow, that was worth it.
Man, you got a lot of passion just by talking. It's very inspirational, like it really is. Max is on the Atom Bomb Show. What are you going to play for us here? I want to hear something.
Yeah, well, we've got, this is the single out right now, Gibberish, featuring Hoodie Allen, and we like to do an acoustic version because the recorded version is very different. So we hope you enjoy.
Cool.
Let's
Here we
do
go.
Yeah. I gave you all my loving, of course I had a dozen, but I ain't give nothing, never did it like that. But then I caught you creeping, secrets that you were keeping, like every other weekend, why you told me like that? So now you say you take it all back, yeah, that don't mean jack, cause I know the facts. I swear before you open that trap, I'm dipping so fast, yeah, I don't need that. No, you're running your mouth, but there's nothing that can slow me down. Messing around, got me thinking that it's time to go. Yeah. 'Cause I'm not listening. I see you move your lips, but it sounds like gibberish.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad
Gibberish.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad.
I don't need to recover, rising way up above you. Go run and tell your mother why you treat me like that. You love about the others, don't care about the number. You all deserve each other, why you do me like that? So now you say you take it all back, yeah, that don't mean jack, 'cause I know the facts. I swear before you open that trap, I'm dipping so fast, yeah, I don't need that. No, you're running your mouth, but there's nothing that can slow me down. Messing around, got me thinking that it's time to go. Yeah. 'Cause I'm not listening. I see you move your lips, but it sounds like gibberish.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad
Gibberish.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad.
These girls like to talk, wait a minute, I'm talking back. Said that you wanted to love me forever, but I was just trying to move fast. First date, I'm taking it back. Brought us up, ringing in, say the jazz. First one sin, making the past we just met. She arranging a marriage like stop, just hold up. Not the type to get hopes up. I go hard like I'm supposed to. You back down like a poster. Oh yeah, you saw my poster. I'm signed by yours truly. I swear you said you don't know me. Girl, looks like you call me up. I'm obsessed, I'm already your best. Already got a million of problems and I ain't trying to confess. I did my best to over with. She followed me with that root case, so I showed my evidence to fake. So smart like gold, so now you run in your mouth. There's nothing that can slow me down. You're messing around, got me thinking that it's time you go. Yeah. 'Cause I'm not listening, no. I see you move your lips, but it sounds like you.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad gibberish. I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad
Gibberish.
I slap on the show, mad baby. I slap on the show, mad gibberish. I slap on the
Hey,
show,
yeah.
mad baby. I slap on, but it sounds like gibberish.
Gibberish.
Oh, what do we think, Periscope? Man, I'm just looking. I just got handed your tour dates.
Oh,
Some
sick.
big stuff, man.
I'm very excited.
Where we're at right now in Atlanta, you're going to be here in November.
Yes, November.
You start in Tucson. What's it like to travel the country? Because I mean, most people don't do it.
It's incredible, honestly. We have to, we do remind ourselves which city we're in every day. We're like, oh snap, where are we today? Which is awesome. But every city has such a different culture, and it's amazing to play shows in different cities. Different people are very, they take in a crowd is very different in Charlotte, North Carolina than it is in Los Angeles, California. And it's amazing to see that, try the different cuisines.
Oh yeah.
Around. It's just it's awesome, and being able to do that, year long is something that never gets old.
And find a place to work out if you're trying all the different
Yes,
cuisines.
I do a lot of parking lot workouts. Sometimes we'll go to like Walmart parking lots, and like they have where you put your carts. I do dips and pull-ups on those, and then some push-ups.
That's crazy.
I mean, you take what you can get,
Why
push-ups in
not?
the room, whatever.
All right, how many times have you been asked about Madonna?
A good amount of times.
Let's ask again.
It's
but I want you to tell
absolutely.
the story, because I mean, there's not many people that have stories about Madonna.
Please, no, it's one that is still surreal. Every time I tell it, it's as if I made it up. So it's crazy that I was 17 years old, living in New York, and I'd never really done modeling stuff before, and I got a call from some guy who I had gone in for like an acting casting, and he was like, "Yo, you want to go in for this modeling thing?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Go right now. I just got out of school. Go downtown, go to this thing, take some pictures." I leave. I was like, not gonna get that. There were all these like busky Italian men in there. I'm like, no way, I'm not getting this. So I get my hair cut. A couple days later, they call me and they're like, hey, so you kind of got this thing. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's like with Madonna. Like you show up tomorrow, but the catch is it's you and one other guy, and they're gonna choose between you on the spot when you get there. And I was like, wow, that's okay. So I'm all night. I'm like, what do I have to do to compete? I don't even know who this other guy is. Like, what am I gonna do? I get there the next day. Craziest security I've ever seen in my life. It's just Men in Black style. President's there. Might as well have been Madonna's there. So it was crazy. And so I get there, and nobody speaks English. Everybody speaks Japanese or Italian. And like just enough to be like, go this way, please go this way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I keep going, and they start doing my hair, all this stuff, and I'm just waiting for this thing to go down. Who's this other guy? I'm looking around again, busky Italian men with full beards. I'm fresh for 17. I don't know what's going on. And so finally, this guy, 2 hours later, as I'm just sitting there, these Japanese dudes doing my hair, this British dude comes up. He's like, hello, why aren't you in your clothes? And I was like, I don't know, I've been just waiting for this thing. He's like, has nobody talked to you all day? And I was like, no. And he goes, oh, you've had the job all day. They fired the other boy last night. You've had it all day.
What?
And I was like, oh, snap, okay. Not a minute later, he's like, oh, follow me. And throw my clothes on. I go in this bathroom. There's this woman in there. She's like Madonna's stand-in. Side story, Madonna doesn't ever meet her stand-in, whoever's standing in for her. So this woman had been working for her for 3 years and never met her. Kind of funny.
Dude, that is wow.
Yeah, so final end of it is that finally Madonna walks in, and I thought lights were gonna beams of light were gonna come out of the door, and she was gonna walk in. You could see it but she walks in with coconut water with a straw, and she puts it down, gives it to like an assistant, and walks up to me, and I was like, oh, snap, like this is you. And I was supposed to play her son. It's this whole Italian film, and so I'm supposed to be she's teaching me how to dance, and so I'm making this face because that's how we rehearsed it. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just standing here. I'm doing what they told me to do. And she goes, takes my back, takes her hand, puts it on my lower back, pulls me up. She goes, I'll teach you how to dance. And so we start dancing. I was like, all right, whatever you want. And I was only supposed to be in this one shot. They had 7 shots planned. She ended up being like, oh, follow me, as if it was like a weird play date. And I was like, all right, cool. And we started running around doing all these different shots. And finally, there was a final shot where each shot, there were progressively more people in each shot. There was a family dinner, whatever else. So finally, there was supposed to be a shot with 30 people, chickens, all this crazy stuff. She decides to nix that last minute. She's like, I don't want to do that. And they were like, okay. So she's like, let's go out on the street and just have us, me and this kid, do this, carry groceries home.
Okay.
We go out on the street. It's the only time the whole day where the Men in Black security, they couldn't get a perimeter around this area. So it was the only time the paparazzi could actually get in and see what was going on and take pictures. So we're walking down the street. There's 100 paparazzi around us. I've never experienced this in my life. I'm trying to keep a straight face and like, okay, I'm supposed to do this thing. And so we do that shot, and then I leave. I go home. I get a cab, and next day, I find out the headlines are, "Who's Madonna's new fetus boyfriend?"
You gotta wonder if she planned that. Hey, I know paparazzi's
she's definitely planned.
Yeah,
that's why she's the brilliant, media master that she is.
Dude, I could talk to you for hours. There's so much. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, we stick Madonna and Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys in front of you. You can only hang out with them. or with one of them for a day, which one is it?
Oh my gosh, that's such a tough question.
Me and you are Beach Boy fans. Like I'm a
Huge Beach
huge,
Boy
I'm a
fans.
Wouldn't It Be Nice guy. I love
Yes,
the Pet Sounds, the whole
Oh my
album.
gosh, yeah, and that's what the movie's all about. Pet sounds and all those things.
What's it like to do something? I mean, you're obviously doing something you love, but what's
Yeah.
it like to play in something you love? I mean, that's the only way I can describe
It's
it.
incredible. You know, the movie Love and Mercy, it's about Brian Wilson's life and about the Beach Boys, the makings of the group, and then his later life, you know, when he went through a very dark period. And so it was the first time I played a real person. I played this songwriter named Van Dyke Parks. And he's alive. He's out there. Still haven't met him. Hopefully, he enjoyed my portrayal of him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it was my first time playing someone that I knew I had to really represent in the best way. And I spent 2 months just like looking up old YouTube videos and whatever else. But to be a part of a film that's about some of the greatest music of our time was amazing. And the actors who did it, John Cusack and Paul Dano and Paul Giamatti, they just kill it. It's amazing to just watch and be in the presence of.
Dude, I am truly happy for you and jealous at the same time because this is so cool. What a cool experience that you're doing everything and you understand everything. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up, my man.
Of course, please. Thanks for having us.
The gibberish. The tour starts at what is it?
Yeah, October 6th. We'll be here in Atlanta, where we currently are. I know this is any other places. November 1st. It's called the Sounds Like Gibberish Tour, and I hope to see people, whoever's listening, come out and hear this.
Max in studio. Thanks so much.
Thank you.